Good morning everyone, here I am in Ryde on the Isle of Wight as I'm slowly about to leave Ryde and the Isle of Wight back to London. So this is a view looking towards the Ryde Interchange or Ryde Transport Interchange. So I've got a couple of Southern Vectis buses here in the picture. I've got this Southern Vectis bus here, Southern Vectis Enviro400. Another one just behind over there. And that one there is operating on service 3. Service 3 to Newport via the likes of Shanklin and Sandown, Shanklin and Ventnor. And then there's this one here as well. It's laying over, I don't know what service that's going to be running on. Let's just have a quick look. No, it's not on any particular service at the moment. But lo and behold, over here we've got the Hovercraft. The Hovercraft to Southsea. And in the distance we have a Class 484 Island Line unit crossing over Ryde Pier on its way from Ryde Pier Head Station all the way down to Shanklin, and we've got the Hovercraft coming in as well, so it's all go here in Ryde this evening before I head back to the real world again, back to London after another happy couple of days over on the Isle of Wight. So we've got the 484 unit coming into Ryde Esplanade Station, just coming in on the middle, the centre right of the video. One of the ex-London Underground D stock trains, originally built for the London Underground between 1980 and 1983. So there's one of the Class 484s stopping briefly at Ryde Esplanade Station. Ryde Esplanade, Ryde Esplanade. So as you can see over here we've got the Southern Vectis bus and the Island Line train side by side. Very shortly that Class 484 will be leaving Ryde Esplanade Station on its way to Brading, Sandown Lake and Shanklin. Woo! So there's one final look at that Enviro400 on service 3. There's a Hampshire Constabulary police van over there. Isle of Wight being served by the Hampshire Constabulary. There goes the bill. So over at Ryde Esplanade Station is the Class 484. Very shortly it will leave as it travels on its 8.5 mile journey down to Shanklin. Here's a closer view of the Hovercraft, one of the two hovercrafts that connects Ryde with Southsea on the mainland. The other hovercraft is on its way in, which is the hovercraft I will be catching to take me back to Portsmouth. So the door alarms have sounded on the Class 483, on the Class 484, so it's leaving Ryde Esplanade Station now, as is that Southern Vectis bus. So this is unit 484005, passing beneath on its way from Ryde Pier Head down to Shanklin on this lovely summer's afternoon. So that's 484005 going into Ryde Tunnel, where its next stop on the line will be Ryde St John's Road. Now coming in now is the Hovercraft, the second of the two hovercrafts. So we've got this one which is the Island Flyer, and this one coming in which is the Solent Flyer, frightening all the pigeons. So this is the hovercraft I'll be taking back to Portsmouth. Got two army hovercraft there as well, look at that. Two military hovercrafts. This is the hovercraft I'll be travelling on. There you go, we've got the Solent Flyer and the two military hovercrafts there on the right hand side. Don't know what they're doing there. So everyone's going to be getting off the hovercraft shortly. And I'll be travelling on it to get back home to London. And over in the far distance behind the hovercraft can be seen Portsmouth, along with one of the cross-channel ferries. That's a view of both the hovercrafts there. That's the Ryde hovercraft terminal just there. And of course we've got the island line down to Shanklin on the right hand side of the video. Anyway, I'm going to log off now. Hope you enjoy this video. I'm going to head back to the real world again, sadly, back to London. But I will be back in Vectis very soon, at some point. Can't get me away from Ryde forever. That's a view looking towards Ryde town centre. Final sweeping view into Ryde bus station, Ryde Interchange and Ryde Esplanade station. So I shall say farewell and I'll catch up with you very soon. Bye for now.